everyone. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit behind on this series. It was just kind of one of those things where I initially when I was planning to review chapter 34, it wouldn't update on the site I normally use, so I just kind of left it alone for a long time, and then I forgot about the series, so then I returned I'm basically 2 chapters behind, so yeah, that's kind of the reason I'm doing this now. And for those wondering, I'll probably end up doing chapter 35 on like either Saturday or Monday, probably. But okay. So, getting right into it though, this chapter gave us a lot more to chew on than I thought it would, as first off we get the reveal that the curse marking on Yakuto's arm is basically gone, or at least supposedly, because according to Zalesia, even if the markings disappeared, the curse is still present, and worse yet, Yakuto doesn't have much time left, a year or two at most, was her estimation in this chapter, and this is one of those moments that kind of reinforces my belief that Yakuto needs to die now. Like, even if he succeeds in killing Elfid, he needs to die. That's the only way Mushroom is going to make this climax work for me now. Like, he's set the expectation that Yakuto is going to die, and he has to deliver on that. He can have, like, he, he can have as many of the others survive the battle as he wants now, but Yakuto is the one key player in this whole story now that can't live to see the end of the series. And even if with the way he has quite brilliantly set this up, I'm still left to question if Mashima himself understands what he needs to do here, because although I have forgiven or waved away a lot of things Mashima has done with Fairy Tail and Zero, this might be the first time I generally call something out as an asshole if Yakuto survives the final battle. Like, this is the one time where I'm not gonna giving Mashima a pass. He either commits to killing Yakuto or not. If he commits to it, I'll give him praise across the board to the end of time. But if Yakuto survives this, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call asshole on that. With that said, we also see everyone gathering together to strategize about how to tackle the situation at hand until Zalesia, for obvious reasons, proposes to split up and to tackle liberating each town in a year, and also proposes they use that as a way to train and get stronger in order to be prepared to face Alphid. Of course, we know what Zalesia is going to likely use that time for, and honestly, as I've just made clear, I do hope she fails to find what she's looking for, but reservations about that aside, though, I will be curious to see how Mashima handles this approach to the year-long campaign training mission, because from my experience, splitting up the group like this is usually a way of getting more internal character development and introspection, a way to show characters like overcoming their personal demons and trauma. So if that is the route Mashima is going for here, I'll be especially interested in how he tackles Ryzen specifically, because that boy has a lot of unresolved issues, and who wants to bet he's going to come across an old friend while he's there. Like, I think it's almost a guarantee. The wild card for me, if this is the case, though, would have to be Frey if the introspection character development route is the direction Mashima is going with this, because that kind of brings the question of what angle is he going to approach that with Frey as her main emotional conflict for pretty much a lot of the series up until the tournament, up until the Dead Rock tournament, was pretty much, and it was all pretty much ended with her killing Luzin to avenge her sister. So that part of it is all over. But so what kind of new angle is Mashima going to approach with Frey in this case? And given what we know about the current trajectory of her character, I think it's pretty fair to say that the main thematic through line with Frey is definitely going to be regret. Regret that she wasn't strong enough to prevent Yakuto's death, and just more broadly, regret that there seems to be a lot of things that are going unsaid between her and Yakuto, so I think that's gonna be like the main theme of her journey and her development in this current arc. So and I'll just be curious to see how Mashima tackles all that in her section and how she'll even overcome all that for sure. Um, Of course, the chapter also ends with Alfred pretty much taking notice of the humans that have abandoned him and begun basically purging the unfaithful before calling upon one of Dead Rock's alumni, Muse, to presumably help gain the faith of those who he's lost. And just again, judging by her name alone, I'm guessing her powers are some kind of hypnosis brainwashing that she's going to use to force the populace into becoming like faithful to Elfid again and start praying to him again. Which, if that is the case, now would be a good time as any, in my opinion, to maybe nerf the rules of faith when it comes to Elfid, because if even a brainwashed induced faith counts as what gives him power, then yeah, we're in trouble, and Muse needs to be taken out immediately. Like it'll be, like Muse needs to be like target number one that basically gets taken out. So and it doesn't matter who gets to fight her. Like just take the bitch out because this is the biggest problem right now. With that said, though, I'll be curious to see, who gets the honor of fighting Muse, because my bets right now are either on Makoto or Frey on that one. Like, it just feels like it might fit with one of those two characters. That's a fight that could fit pretty well with one of those two characters. It's just a matter of which one Mashima chooses. With that said, this chapter also did give us a sense of where Elfid is at, because the fact that he actually even went through with killing that church full of people shows that he is having trouble containing the situation that's going on, that Yakuto's efforts are actually working, and that he is growing weaker. Unfortunately, as per usual with a scenario like this, usually when the villain ends up growing weaker, that's also what makes them even more dangerous than they've ever been previously. Because now he'll just now Elfid will be using any means necessary to hold on to the power he still has, or regain as much as he can back. And honestly, it's in considering Elfid's desperation, I'm also more convinced now than ever that this plan to destroy the Prison of Souls is absolutely 100% doomed to fail. And I'm sure Elfid to some extent knows that the plan is going on, but for some reason up to this point he didn't seem as concerned. But now I think he's very likely to kind of put the kibosh on that as soon as humanly possible, and try to cut them off at the source if it can. So yeah, there's a lot of things about Elfid right now that are making me say that he's even though he's weak, he's definitely gonna be more dangerous and more unpredictable than he ever was before. And yeah, I'm not looking forward for when shit hits the fan with this guy, honestly. Frankly, now I'm actually kind of scared. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe from Blue Sky, and let's Crunchyroll, be sure to notification bell, subscribe button, and just shove it around, guys. Dark Knight of Night signing off. Later, everyone.